Mike, thanks so much for joining us here at the International Seed Federation's 2015 World Seed Congress in Kraków, Poland. We've had a lot of international issues being talked about here lately, and you've worked all around the world, including in Europe and North America for the past 10 years. Through those years, what's been your biggest challenge that you've had to overcome?
Yeah, well, thank you, and thank you for talking with me today. And I think one of the things that we really see is not just the challenge, but the opportunity. And you mentioned I worked in different places around the world. And what's been exciting for me over the past 10 years or so is probably to learn about the different people, the different cultures, and the different way that they farm. But I think within all that, there's a lot of commonalities. And I think the exciting part with BASF is once we understand the commonalities, we have some synergies that we offer and can bring to our customers in the seed industry.
You manage the marketing, sales, and product service advancement for BASF Seed Applied Technologies. With the rise of the internet, social media, and the like, how has your job changed over time, and what have been some of your marketing strategies and challenges that you've had to adapt?
Yeah, well, certainly I just started in my new role as of May 1st, so. But that said, I'm not new to agriculture, and certainly as I've seen over time, the speed of communication, I think we all talk about that, and really we're accessible nearly 24 hours a day, and when you're in a global company, even the time zones make a difference. But it's exciting as well, and you think about, or I think about the future with this information technology, you know, how we communicate, what we communicate, and then what we're able to analyze. Even from a diagnostic tool perspective, as we look at seeds, plants, and understand a very complex environment, being able to understand that, and then what we're hoping to do with BASF is offer good advice and more accurate advice to our customers.
So with that increase of information and the 24/7 access, you're able to provide more solutions to customers as well as within your own team?
Certainly, and I think as we do that, you know, we communicate hopefully more effectively. Sometimes it's challenging as well, but I think that's also the exciting part about it, is because literally you can talk to almost anyone around the world at any time, and hopefully, you know, solve a problem, you might say, you know, bring a solution that much faster because you're communicating that much quicker.
One of the solutions that the industry as a whole has been focused on, it seems, as of late, is really honing in on the biologicals. And in 2012, with the acquisition of Becker Underwood, BASF has really become a global leader in biologicals, colorants, and polymers. How has that aspect of the business developed, and what do you see coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, well, it's been fun. When I started, certainly we were just getting into the seed treatment business on the traditional side, and certainly that remains an important part of our business. What's been fun is obviously to get into the biological area, and then as well as coatings. And when we look at it in the future, I think those things can play synergistically with each other, where now maybe biologicals can extend the protection of the plant longer by working with traditional chemistry. With the coatings, certainly we see the future in beyond the functional benefits of seed retention, AI retention, plantability, but even coatings bring in agronomic benefits such as emergence under cold conditions, or seed emergence under cold conditions. So that package and working together symbiotically, I think that's where we really see the future, and bringing Becker Underwood in to the BASF portfolio and that line has been, for me, really exciting, having been in the traditional side of the business for quite some time.
Today we have the Seed Applied Technologies meeting happening, and seed treatments have really come under fire around the world due to the impact on, or the so-called impact on, honeybee health. And that's just taken a lot of headlines as of late. What's your perspective on that, and what role can BASF play?
Well, I think it's a very complex topic. I think it's a very important topic that frankly is just not fully understood yet. I think it's recognized that the bee population is in decline in certain areas, but is it an environmental impact? Is it something to do with it, even the genetics of the bees themselves, or some other factor? And I think as an industry, we need to work together in a science-based approach on understanding the issues so we can provide a solution. Some of the things BASF is doing, we have a biodiversity farm, so we can start to understand better this complex environment, if you will, and the impact that it has. In addition, we always maintain strict stewardship recommendations around our products. And I think that education that we provide, whether it's the seed treater, the grower, that's something that we take a lot of pride in to make sure that our products are used appropriately. But as an industry in a whole, I think we can speak as an industry that we're all trying to do those type of things because it's important for the industry and agriculture.
It certainly is, and there's been a lot of emphasis on it, and we'll continue to see it evolve. That's all the prepared questions I have. Is there anything else you'd like our viewers to know?
Well, I mentioned I was new to my position, so I just encourage the customers to reach out to us. I mean, certainly I've reached out to a lot of people here at the meeting, but I think over time, when we start to have a good dialogue, with our customers, they see some of the things that we're bringing forward and the partnerships that we can bring together. So I hope that customers, we start a really, really good dialogue as I'm just new into my position.
Great. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to spend with us here. We know you've got a tight schedule, and we wish you much success in your new position.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.